Hello, and welcome back to Lanedell. Last time I did a lot of stuff. I followed some advice, got this weapon that I'm not going to use all the time, but I'm going to use it as like a secondary weapon to try out here and there. I've fought Mohg the Omen, which is not the real boss. It's the easy version down under the capital. And then Oops, I'm gonna die. And then I did all the stuff for Laws of Regression. I got Laws of Regression. I regressed the statue. And then I left before going back to Gold Mask. And now it's time to go back to Gold Mask. Finish that step of the quest, which will be the end until I get to the mountaintop of the giants, apparently. And then that's it. It'll be time to go to Morgott. Margot? I don't know. His name is not important, because he is not important. He is simply a step in the path to becoming Elden Lord. Woohaha. Yeah, I'll go through this dialogue and then I'll go I'll go to the Grace. And once I'm fighting, once I'm done with this, I can start talking about cetaceans, which are whales and dolphins, and how they're kind of cool.
Oh, yes, the master is still ceased. And after coming all this way.
About the noble gold mask.
Who exactly? The master, his finger, but the Erd tree. Why must we were on the
Is it going to say that I had to teach him the laws of regression specifically, and because I didn't, I've bricked it? No, I didn't. Radagon is Marika. And that's the end of Gold Mask.
What on earth did you do to the master? Well, not that I'm complaining. Master's finger moves again, resuming his cogitation. More than good enough for me. I haven't the words to thank you, so I'd like to pass this on to you instead. A glimpse into the heart of the Golden Order.
Do I have to close? What? Glimpse into the heart of the Golden Order? I didn't get anything. If I save quit, will he move? I really love having that shield behind the head. It's very funny. But yeah. I don't know why. I guess I was thinking about sleep because I hate sleep. Sleep is a waste of time. And if humanity didn't need to sleep, life would probably be worse. Because people would be, like, probably have longer working hours and stuff. Okay, maybe they'll move on eventually. I don't know. Maybe they'll move on if I leave and rest at a Grace. But, like, I was thinking about sleep, and I remembered about dolphins and such. Always, sometimes, don't fully sleep. Like, a Scientific American article talks about how, while sleeping, the bottlenose dolphin shuts down only half its brain, along with the opposite eye, which is really interesting to me. Like, could you imagine what it would be like if you didn't have to actually fully stop when sleeping? Now, humans would never evolve this because they didn't have a real reason to, because they're not swimming in the ocean needing to breathe, but
what is thy business?
It would be so nice.
Thrones. Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Mikola and Melania.
I'm gonna let it play before I talk more about dolphins. I don't know a lot about them.
General Radahn. Praetor Rykard.
Small chair.
Luna Princess Rani. Willful traitors. All.
You can't say that to Radahn. He's honorable.
Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition.
I'm thinking this fight's gonna be rough with this weapon, so I'll only do like 1 or 2 attempts depending on how it feels.
My meager grave. Felled by King Morgott, last of all kings.
But like, he never actually had the right to become the king, right? I don't remember any of the specifics of this fight. Other than that it's basically Morgott, but harder. I shouldn't have healed there. I have enough regen that I probably could have healed it if I was playing properly. It does a lot of damage, for sure. Oh, I should have gotten hit there. Oh, okay. Greedy. I tried to heal there. I pressed the button, it didn't input. I want to try this. That does so much damage if I get the explosion off. That was just bad. I'm far enough away that I'm safe. Okay, that's... I don't know how to dodge that. Do I have to go out? I'll try it one more time with this weapon. I just need to figure out the timing on the swing where it combos. I might have to dodge out. I might have to dodge with it. I'm not sure. Excuse me. I'm not particularly worried. I think if I use the Dark Moon Greatsword, this fight will be easy. I'll still probably die several times, but yeah, the Scientific American article that I have visible right now, it's like, bottlenose dolphins, based on EEG readings, spend an average of 33.4% of their day asleep. Which sounds like it could be a lot, but that's only like 8 hours. That's not even more than, I don't know, a good night's sleep for a human. So it's not actually like, despite them having this convenient mechanism. Okay, I don't have time to do that in that scenario. Despite them having this convenient mechanism through which they can sleep whenever they want, sort of, like sleep while still being relatively safe, even with that, they don't really seem to sleep more than normal people, more than humans would. I'm not sure how to dodge that. I'm really not. I mean, I could have dodged that last hit. But the sword into hammer, rolling into it seems to not be safe. So it's maybe best to roll out of it, but I didn't realize that's the attack he was doing and I wasn't actively thinking. I was focusing on dolphins. I was thinking too much about dolphins for some reason, because I was talking about dolphins. So I didn't realize that was the attack that he was going for. EEG readings, yeah, I was talking about sleep, like... And it's hard to judge REM sleep? Or REM sleep, whatever. REM's an interesting band. Mostly because I only know a couple of their songs. But the songs that I do know are pretty fun. Greedy. That damage is so disgusting. Like, I mean, it does perfectly illustrate why this is just a better weapon. Than anything else I could have. It has crazy range. That's bad. I'm just playing poorly here. Greedy. Then bad. Yeah, I deserve to die there. I got rolling like crazy. To avoid drowning during sleep, it is crucial that marine mammals retain control of their blowholes. Marine mammals can take in more air. Ooh, these animals, like marine mammals, have a higher tolerance for CO2. Cetaceans reduce the number of breath they take during rest periods. A dolphin might average 8 to 12 breaths a minute when fairly active, only to have their breathing rate drop to 3 to 7 per minute while resting. Which is... I don't know, humans are like 20-ish breaths per minute on like a fairly average rate, is my understanding. Greed. Yeah. I wanted to see if I could get it, but I couldn't. Dolphin or whale must be conscious and alert to recognize that its blowhole is at the surface. It is actually rare for a marine animal to drown. I mean, yeah. It would be shocking if it wasn't rare for a marine mammal to drown. That's a weird thing to include in an article. Like, it would be weird for a marine mammal to drown, other than the fact that maybe when they die of old age. I mean, they probably get eaten before they would drown from dying of old age, but like, outside of that, obviously it's not common for them to drown. Like, it's a weird... Oh, that was weird. That was super slow. Okay, his tail staggered me out of my strong attack. Bad. Bad play. Is this safe? Not totally safe. Greed rolls again. Again, way early. I'm glad that last roll was lucky. I got lucky. That was bad. Stuck in a corner. I'm really not sure how to do his combo attacks. He should stagger soon. He won't stagger on the phase change though. One more good hit. Yeah. I didn't really properly fight him. Like, I don't feel bad about that fight, but... Who's this scrawny guy?
Tarnished. Not but a fool. The Erd Tree wards off all who deign approach.
We are all forsaken. I clicked because I was going to jump on his face. Because he deserves to get crushed.
None thy deeds shall be.
I never actually talked to him. In the 2 previous playthroughs I've done that have actually gotten this far, I've never actually talked to his dying corpse. Because I never noticed that there was a talk interaction. I just killed him and then ran here. None may enter the Erd Tree. Up. Switch back to the other weapon. Sit down, and I will have someone to talk to.
Hello again, old friend. Allow me a moment to converse with you. You were unable to enter the Erd Tree, no? Prevented by the mantle of barbs. The thorns are impenetrable, a husk of the Erd Tree's being that spurns all that exists without. The only way to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord is to pass the thorns. My purpose serves to aid in that very act. So I'd like you to undertake a new journey with me to the Flame of Ruin, far above the clouds, upon the snowy mountaintops of the giants. Then I can set the Erd Tree aflame and guide you down the path to becoming Elden Lord.
Old medallion is important. Anything else to say?
I wish to journey with you once more to the Flame of Ruin, far above the clouds, upon the snowy mountaintops of the giants. Then I can set the Erd Tree aflame and guide you down the path.
Nothing else, okay.
I wish to the
Yeah.
flame then and guide.
I was just reading about the death poker and how its weapon art scales well with intelligence. The main weapon doesn't, but if I'm mainly using it for the little explosion, then it's pretty good.
Shall I let my hand share them with me? Your thoughts.
But, oh yeah, and it has a special, like that's apparently only shared with one other weapon, which is neat. That's pretty good. So yeah, this. Actually, I wonder. Yeah, I don't. This explosion. I wonder which is better. Like, I think if they'll stand in the fire, that one must be better damage than the big explosion. But they won't stand in the fire. Wrong location. So I will start traveling here. There's probably stuff in the sewer I missed. I remember now that there was a dung beetle that I missed. I'm not too worried about that right now, honestly. I might go back for it, but for now, I'm gonna go towards the mountaintop. Because there's still only like 2 months left. Well, actually, what day is it? It's end of April. So 3 weeks, a month and 3 weeks, so a little over 1 3/4 months until the release of the DLC, if it doesn't get delayed. I'm looking forward to it. I know absolutely nothing about the intended specifics. If any new information has been released, I have very little interest. Mostly because, I don't know, going into it with no specific expectations is kind of interesting to me. I'm hoping it's more late Dark Souls 3 DLC than early Dark Souls 3 DLC. It just as the most recent Because I think that's Dark Souls 3 is the most recent FromSoft game that had, well, one of these style of games. It's the most recent that had DLC, right? Because Dark Souls 3 was after Bloodborne, right? I'm not sure. If Bloodborne was more recent, then I'm pretty sure all of its DLCs are pretty well liked. Whereas my personal opinion on Dark Souls 3's DLC, the first one's kinda but the first DLC is kind of bad in my opinion. I don't really like it. Well, it has a good boss fight. If it's... I'm bad. I should have gotten hit there. Yeah. That's really not very good if it only hits the big explosion, huh? Yeah, if you get the full explosion, it's pretty good. But if you only get the big explosion, it's not very good. Be like... Even though I didn't love the first Dark Souls 3 DLC, I think the main boss, Freya? No, it's not Freya. That's Duke's Freya from Dark Souls 2. Frida? Oh, I don't really care about the name. It's Father Ariandel and Freya? Frida? Anyway, the name isn't important. Scythe woman with 3 phases. I actually think that's a good fight. I think it's a little bit much for 3 phases and the second phase being a group fight, but honestly, as far as double enemy mid fights, as far as 3-phase fights go, it was pretty good. I'm not a fan of like those sorts of multiple health bar bosses that you have to go through the entire chain every time. I don't love them, but I think as far as those types of bosses go, it was a pretty good one. Because the second phase was honestly not that bad. It wasn't fun, but if you just got to the point of basically playing it super slow, only attacking Father Ariandel, and always making sure that you were positioned so that the other smaller boss was visible, like behind him, it wasn't that bad, because they split up a fair bit. Like, they didn't stay overly grouped together. That's really good. If you can get the full thing off, it's pretty good. Like, that was a good boss fight. I can't remember any other boss fight from... Well, no. Actually, the Gravekeeper one with the little... with the giant wolf. I was not a fan of that. Part of the issue for me was that part of it was that it was inconsistent. Sometimes the wolf would show up at 70% HP. Sometimes the wolf would show up at 30%. You always wanted it to show up at as low of a percent as possible. And yet, seemingly inconsistently, it would show up at, I mean, it's time-based, I think. Bye. I'm not fighting you guys. Like, sometimes it would show up a lot quicker, or it felt like it showed up a lot quicker. Which, it always would feel bad when it shows up suddenly, because you have to kill both of them. And they don't. They do a very poor job of spacing themselves apart, which is, I mean, from a realistic, they're trying to kill you perspective, makes sense. But from a playing a game perspective, if they don't sort of forcibly separate themselves, it just results in you running around to try to separate them for a while, to try to get 2 hits in before they group up again. Not very fun. But the other 2 DLCs? Was it 2 or was it 1? I honestly can't remember. I think it was 2. Both of them were fun. Like, the twin demon princes was a good fight. Midir was a good fight. Gale was a good fight. There was probably one or two other bosses that I've forgotten about that were probably at least decent. The fact that I can't remember them isn't necessarily a negative. It's not a positive, necessarily, but if I remembered it, it would either be because it's good or it's bad. So not remembering it probably means that it's just mediocre. At least in my own personal impression. But yeah, those were good fights. The twin demon princes was a great example, I think, of how to set up like multi-enemy boss fights where one of them would be ranged at a time and they would sort of alternate. So it wasn't like constantly fighting them both in melee at the same time, constantly having to dodge ranged at the same time. They mostly separate into ranged and melee. I don't think it was perfect. I think sometimes they would both be melee, sometimes they'd both be ranged for like short periods, but in those scenarios you just sort of had to play it safer. Play more cautiously, and that's not that bad. He's not dead? Oh, okay. That makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but... Give me item? Oh. I mean, that wasn't even worth killing it. I can't run. Oh, do I get attacked by a... Does a god skin apostle appear here? That would be a bit repetitive, so I'm assuming not. And if it does, it'll appear behind me now? Nothing. Good. That was not a good boss fight. I did a very poor job fighting Morgott. And I go down? Yes. I think this section's kind of annoying. I'm not a fan of forced low visibility. I think that's also part of why I didn't really enjoy exploring the mountaintop of the giants. Because you can only see a short distance in front of you. So I'm like, okay, I'll just get out of this section. But there's actually stuff in that section. Forbidden Lands. I need to take some stuff off my bar. And by stuff, I mean just that. I should... Yeah, that's not a charge up. Yeah. I don't think the charge boosting ability would be helpful there. Huh? Ah. Okay. I mean, that's kind of a respectable death to go for. I mean, there's definitely nothing of actual value out there, right? It'd be weird if there was. Can I ride a horse? Yes. Now the issue with this section, there is stuff to explore. Sort of. Not much, but there is stuff. But visibility is garbage. You can't see anything at a good distance, so... And there's those annoying guys everywhere. So at least for me, that means just rush through it. Don't bother exploring, because it'll just be more annoying than it's worth. Which is basically only... It's a fairly minor issue. That's only present at a few spots in the game. I just kind of wish games wouldn't do this. With one exception. As annoying as the Blizzard Dragon is, I think the Blizzard Dragon makes a lot of... Like, it's thematically fitting, and it's like a boss fight hazard. As opposed to just being a generic everywhere hazard. Having it be that, oh, you're fighting a dragon that brings a bunch of snow with it. Snow and ice. And so it does that, and it allows you to do some stuff. Like, it fits thematically, basically. And I think it's fine. It's annoying. I hate that dragon. Like, fighting that dragon on the ice field. Ugh. But I like it thematically, and that helps a lot. There's traps here, isn't there? Yeah. I mean, you just ride a horse and run past it, so it doesn't matter, but... It's such a weird implementation. I guess they sort of assume that some people won't be riding a horse through this whole area, and they'll have to actually fight the enemies. But the horse really oops, I almost fell. The horse really makes it easy to just avoid them. And, like, there's no real reason to fight them. They give 700 runes. There's no, like... The runes are not enough to be really worthwhile. Not that runes are explicitly worthwhile ever, but... Like, the runes aren't worth the time. They don't give items as far as I'm aware. They don't give unique items. They could just run through it all in a horse. Try to look out for what you can, but if you can't find it, just doesn't matter. I thought that was that looked. I didn't think they would be here, but that looked like the Latenna and their wolf. That's why I reacted. I was like, "Oh, there's something here that I missed on a previous playthrough." No, it's just America. Oh, this is rough. Bye. Oops. I'm pretty sure there might be a grace near enough here that I can get a grace, come back, and fight it where I won't have to run through that all again. Which I think is a flaw in the game. There is also there's America thing right by it, but... Like, they have the America, so if you die there, it's a non-issue. But they also just let you run past it for some reason. I mean, I didn't even hit. It didn't do anything. I still haven't fought the twin variant, huh? I mean, that's good damage. It would be better if I actually hit that. Well, that's interesting. The explosion didn't occur. Presumably because it shifted me before the strong attack went off. And the strong attack has to make contact with the orb, maybe? Interesting. Potentially. It could be really boring. I'll do one more attempt with this before I pull out the Dark Moon Greatsword again. Like, the Dark Moon Greatsword's the objective correct choice if I want to kill it quickly. Hey, lock on, please. Ooh, okay. Did I roll early, or do I have to roll twice? Okay, I had no way of knowing that was about to happen. Okay, he's not dealing with the slope very well. I tried to go for the quicker one, but the quicker one's not very quick. Oh, this is not good. If I was standing close. I was slow on that. Okay, good to know that that's a true combo, as it could be called. I'll do one more attempt. I still have to go back to the earlier game double gargoyle area. These are not gargoyles. I keep calling them gargoyles. They have a name that isn't gargoyle. What are they called? Kindred. Okay, let's try to see this. Okay, you definitely just have to roll later than I did last time. And this time as well, but... Oh. Such a weird attack. Okay, I mean, that dot on the ground is not worth it fighting this one. I think this is the last attempt with this weapon. Yeah, I still haven't fought the double version. I need to go find that one. Cause like, it's a decent fight. Cause like, I think a lot of people don't like it, but my memory of that fight is... Okay, no, that's kind of silly. He stepped, I was behind his leg, but then he was able to readjust to swing at me before I could react after being stepped. So you have to dodge that first one, otherwise you're dead, even if you're behind him. Good to know. But the double fight, they kind of like the twin demon princes in Dark Souls 3. They do maintain, like, a separation. Like, they don't both consistently attack you in melee or range. Like, they tend to split apart, which means... wrong button. Which means there's something to work with. Like, I have terrible camera. Like, there's something to work with when fighting them. Whereas, one example, Dark Souls 2's gargoyle fight, with like 6 different... I think rolling twice is the way to go there. There's like 6 different gargoyles you have to fight at a time. And because of that, it just results in a fight that doesn't feel even kind of structured. It's just sort of hope you get an opening to do some damage. And then that's all it... running attack. Oh, I didn't even have this equipped. I didn't even have the actual, like, charge charm equipped. Whoops. But yeah. Maybe what I'll do... Because this episode's almost over. I'll go up. I haven't talked to one of these this entire time. Let's talk to this one just because they're here. Fingers, fingers. And they're saying don't go here. Yeah, okay. I'll rest at the Grace. I'll go back to the table, talk to her for a bit. I can't remember if I've gotten... I do need the flask upgrade. I can't remember if I've gotten the talisman pouch from the finger lady here or not. I really can't remember. Yeah, they've reacted, so she has something new to say.
Well, you know what this... The finger's shaken by this... When they are finished, about 1,000. No matter for me. My... Heavens, that is not
Whatever.
the burning of the earth tree. It's
Seek the power of death too.
Of death, the forbidden shadow pluck. Unleashing the fingers would never burn.
Nor with the greater will.
But he... The fingers, the realm, and all life. In who is to say that the
Cardinal sin must be cardinal sin forever.
Take the course. You must only...
I just have to go to the giant. Arcane and worthless, but... Ooh, int scaling. Int and face scaling. Sure. None of these are any value. This one's not bad looking. It's not great, but it's not bad. I must have gotten a talisman pouch from her already. There's a few quests that I've sort of left dormant, though. I still have to progress the Deathbed Companion quest, though I think I can leave that for a while and it won't be an issue. Yeah, he's gone. There's nothing here. The Deathbed Companion quest, I think, is related to the underground area, where I would need to find the double kindred fight. So I should definitely look into that. I don't like talking to him because I hate him. He's a bad person. He's rude. He doesn't respect reality. But I don't think there's anybody else I need to talk to.
Well, I took you for no matter it. Lay out your own.
Should I upgrade this? Is there any reason to upgrade the jellyfish shield? Like, does it only upgrade it as a punching bag? I assume it doesn't upgrade the Ash of War, so there's no point. Do I want to upgrade this? I don't know how it applies to the Ash of War, because the main damage from this will be the Ash of War. That's the biggest value proposition. Her quest is somewhere. I'm pretty sure that I've finished it later, so I don't think I need to do it now. But yeah, I'll wrap up pretty much here, but I definitely need to explore more in this area. There's definitely a lot of stuff here that I haven't explored properly. Like, I bet Noxtella might have... Basically, I need maps. I have none of these maps. So I need to find the maps for those areas. And I think once I find the maps for these areas, it will help a lot. But I will wrap up after I go up the lift. I'll go up the lift, I'll get the map for the area, or for the next section of the area. I'll find the first grace, and then I'll stop. I need to switch weapons again. I was gonna say I'm gonna leave that, but honestly the HP regen is really good for exploration. Up we go. I might just skip this. I don't think there's any real visual flair worth waiting for them to turn towards me. I still have a web page open for water cure. I probably should have closed it sooner, because I have no reason to look at water cure. There's nothing really fascinating about it. Beyond the name, it's just kind of an awful way to torture someone. Oh, what's his name is near here, isn't he? The former hunter guy's further along. Okay. Possessed by Shabriri? Up. Oh, he is actually right up here, right? Mountaintop West. And he's right here. I don't know if there's any reason to not just kill him.
Finally, the Tarnished. Oh my, I fear that you were previously acquainted with this vessel. Well, that is most unfortunate. For he is dead. As for his flesh,
Shabriri.
I hope you can make your peace.
I kind of think I should just kill him, because I don't think I can progress his quest. Because I'm not going to go back to feed all the Shabriri grapes. So now time to talk to her.
Think not of the kindling. I shall see to that. All I ask of you is to make the journey to the snowy mountaintops of the giants, far above the clouds. I know I'm asking you to commit a cardinal sin, but it must be done to reach the path beyond. And that is the path I wish to travel. What is your mind?
Bye. I should check these, because, yeah. I mean, Godric's is the best Great Rune, but Rykard's healing, that's more resources to work with. I assume it's a huge HP, FP, and stamina increase, otherwise it's kind of worthless, but... I mean, it's kind of worthless anyway, because I'm never using those, but... Well, I will use them against Millennia, probably. Yeah, I will stop here in the nice lands of Canada. Nice and snowy. The Rocky Mountains. Though, I don't know how snowy the Rocky Mountains are nowadays, given climate change and all that. But, that was a bad jump. I wasn't running. I want to be standing there when I stop. Up. One to there, one to here. Perfect. Can I get up here? Nice. Oops. I fell. Yeah, so I will wrap it up in the lands of British Columbia. Nice and snowy mountains. And then continue next time. I'm not sure whether I will try and delay fighting. Oh, they know where I am. Weird. Whether I will delay fighting the giant or not. There was a graphic that I found years ago. 1 or 2 years ago. Shoot. About, like, the points of no return for various quests. So I want to check... Oh, wait. I'm going to wrap up slightly differently. I've killed Morgott. So I think they should show up here now. And give me a smithing stone. Or not. Maybe I have to go talk to them first. Or they're in here. Yeah, I'll actually wrap up right here to remind me that I should be able to finish Nefeli Lu's questline. So if I'm standing here, I won't forget, probably. So my goal will be I'll finish Nefeli Lu's questline before, like, next time. That I think I can finish it now that I've taken up Morgott. I might have to talk to her. I might have to talk to Kenneth Haight? I'm not sure. Apologies to pronunciation. But yeah, I'll do that. After I do that... Or preemptively will I try... What is this? Will I try to figure out other stuff that I've missed? Because I might... I've gotten the giants. I might take a break from progress and try and explore this area again. Because there's definitely stuff here that I need to do. Somewhere. So I'll go through one of these sections again. Because I'll double check if I can get the map at least without doing something somewhere else. But I'll do exploration as much as possible there before I continue with the Mountaintop of the Giants. But after I figure out this stuff, after this stuff is all done, then it will be back towards Mountaintop of the Giants. Once I've done, I'm going to say, enough of the Mountaintop of the Giants, I won't do the Fire Giant. I'll leave that for a bit. But once I've done enough of the Mountaintop of the Giants, and probably unlock the Halig Tree, then I'll go back for stuff like this random side tomb and the Heroes' Graves. I think that's my current plan. I'll go back for those once I've explored the mountaintop. So that's the plan. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.